Hey everyone, this is Dan, the GM, bringing you Season 2 of What the Dice. So no dilly-dallying, let's meet the runners.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeff, the GM of Big Campaign Podcast. I'll be playing Midas, your troll hacker with all the cereal.
Well, guess I'll go next then. I'm Kuiper Blut. I go by KY Jelly on the streets, on the street dock. And my bedman is about as good as my accent here. And I also go by Josh, and I run the Metagaming podcast.
I'll go next. I am Marshall. I play in the Big Campaign podcast. I'm playing Copperfield here, a gnome mage.
I'm Sean. I'm playing an Oni street samurai named Seance, or street named Seance. And I'm from the Big Campaign podcast. I play on there. I probably should have said that first. That's what you get.
Listener discretion advised. Content warning level green. Standard Shadowrun subject matter. Foul language. Sex, violence, drugs. For all of our content warning, none of these subjects go into graphic detail, but it is involved in the story of the episode. Listener discretion advised.
Alright, just to remind everyone what just happened in the last episode, you guys got your mission briefing from the old man that lives on the dockside, basically telling you that you need to stop a truck from doing a delivery of a strange book in a black box and take it to either the Golden City Broadcasting Tower, to the office of Edward Light, or to Edward Light's office. So, do we want to fast forward this a couple of hours, like an hour or so you guys are not at the beach side, or do we want to pick up right where we're at the beach side?
Where you guys want to go plan?
Well, if we have location, if it's close, we can all go back to my apartment and hang out. I got more cereal. Otherwise...
Is that for everyone, the cereal?
Yeah, I got enough.
Oh, I'm with that guy.
You're asking the 9-foot-tall troll if he has enough cereal for everybody.
So, then, if that's the case, I'm assuming you are all taking Copperfield's car, or are you all... Kepler walked, Seance has his bike, Midas has his skateboard, so it seems as if Copperfield is going to be the only one with the group transport, if you wanted to take the vehicle. Or you could walk. It's probably to your apartment. It's probably a good 35 minute walk, because it being in the city, there's a lot of stopping at traffic where because cars get right away in the city, or you can just hop in the car and get there.
Cars get right away. I just hear a lot of da-dunk. Sorry.
I never worry about it being a almost ton weighing 9-foot-tall troll that most cars give me the right of way on my skateboard, because
you're like a moose.
Yeah, because it's going to hurt their car probably more than it'll hurt me.
Yeah, like a moose.
It's just those city buses you got to watch for, when the ones that are in the bad mood that are just like, nope, I'm not stopping.
Fuck up the windshield and the bike rack.
Yep. If you're off it, or I'll take a ride. Usually I'm on foot. Pretty rough.
So, back at Midas's apartment. Midas, what does your apartment look like?
Alright, so this place is a mess, but I want you to think about how the mess is organized. The wrappers are in the same place. The empty cereal boxes are stacked geometrically. We're looking at, the bathroom sink probably has all my leftover coins in it at this point. The fridge is just whatever kind of almond milk or whatever kind of whatever soy milk we're using in Shadowrun. And it's just boxes of every type of cereal that I could buy from every store. before they ran out. All of this is centered around basically the main television, which I stole at some point, which is pretty big, and everything else I just use my deck for.
I imagine that Midas's TV isn't actually one he purchased. It was one of those display ones that probably some soy burger place had that you were able to sneak in at night, steal, and since you were a decker, you just reprogrammed it to work.
Yeah, and it still plays at the bottom, the sales for the day at the soy burger place. I couldn't get rid of all of it.
The now serving number still pops up at the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. I can tell my local soy burger who's getting served next. I'm like, oh, I hope Josh gets it. But yeah, there's a couch in the living room. There's 3 couches in the bedroom because I can't find a bed big enough, so I've just kind of adopted more couches to make spaces to lay down. So yeah, I scan us in, take us up to the 3rd floor. Welcome to the Golden Temple.
Oh.
I'm guessing vaulted ceilings is a necessity. Here.
No, you can honestly see dents in all the ceilings. I can't afford vaulted.
You just rip out the drop ceiling.
Yeah, so for trolls, you can get an apartment that has the extended ceilings, but it's more money. So I'm pretty sure Midas had the drop-down ceilings that he just took out all the foam padding. So you just see those metal beams that are there that some of them are just broken.
Yeah, the recessed lighting and all the conduit cables and stuff up there.
Mm-hmm.
Exposed.
I do not have 4 bowls because I don't have guests. So there's a box that'll cut in half for one of you with the plastic bag in the bottom. So you can just pour the milk right in. I do have multiple spoons. I'm not gross. But there's a Tupperware thing. There's a leftover Thai food container that I've washed out and is now a bowl. So yeah, we got a couple.
Any offers of cereal or anything, I'll politely put a hand up.
Yeah, we got a couple hours. We can start the Hammerhead saga from the beginning if you guys haven't seen it.
I think we're here for planning, but I wouldn't be down mad about some cereal. But you see his eyes being really large and looking around this is some fancy stuff. I got some nice new friends here. Got a place that isn't a box. Kind of running across expressions and I don't think I need a bowl either. I got a nice one right here, and he points to his mouth.
Yeah, alrighty, and I'm happy to pour the cereal in, pour the milk in, and let's plan.
I'll just stick to my coffee out of my thermos.
I look down in light disgust, but I try not to make it super overt.
I have 1 charisma. I'm immune to your disgust.
So with a quick search on the grid link, you are able to find all the information that you need to see. Currently traffic is flowing normally in that area, and it doesn't look like anything is amiss. But Midas, how are you going to so with deckers, there's a couple ways you can hack. You can do AR, which is basically kind of the you see the video, the screens in front of you. You can soft link. Is it soft link? I don't remember the exact term, but you can either full dive or half dive, basically. So you can completely jump into the matrix, and your body would just kind of go limp. AR gives you that overview as the other option, if you wanted to get more information on what's going on.
Yeah, I'm going to half dive, but I'm going to put it on the TV screen so these guys can follow along.
Okay.
As I go look for information.
So, the first thing we are going to need from you is a simple computer roll.
Alrighty. I'm sitting on 5 successes.
With 5 successes, you're able to get into the standard grid link system pretty easily. Now, are you going to dive deeper, or are you just going to stay on this surface level grid link?
No, I'm going to dive in.
All right, let's start with a hacking roll.
Alrighty. 4 successes.
4 successes. You're able to get a mark on the system. You're not able to get past one of the admin securities, so you are able to see the data flow and what's going on. So you can kind of see where red lights and green lights are changing, and you also see that their cybersecurity is kind of lax. The Golden City is known to be very safe, and runners are not often seen inside of the GridLink network. There's no point for them to be in it. They just disable it from the vehicle. I need a perception check.
Okay. Alrighty. I'm sitting on 4 successes.
4 successes. You actually start to see something a little weird. You look over towards the area where Main and 32nd, and you kind of do that matrix fly over the system, and you start to see that there's what looks like corrupted code that is currently starting to show up. The normal green code that you are used to seeing in this GridLink network is you're starting to see like 1s and 0s are starting to turn red, as if there's some kind of timer that is going on in the network.
Yeah, I'll whisper to myself. I think probably hear it through the TV. It's like, oh shit, this city is in the red.
Is that bad?
Yeah, what my avatar on the TV would kind of turn towards you, and yeah, something's going wrong here with the programming. Somebody's messing with this a lot.
I think you have knowledge matrix. Give me a knowledge matrix.
Okay. Alrighty, cool. That is 7 successes.
With 7 successes, you actually start to recognize this error code. There is a known Matrix hacker that lives in the Golden City. He's an old runner, and everyone just kind of knows him by legs. He is the type of hacker, Decker, that uses timed hacking, kind of like a timed bomb. He sets them up to go off at certain times so that he can get in when security is at its lowest. This is definitely his call sign, the slow corruption where it starts to look like an error code, but it's definitely a connection for him. So it looks like he is starting to prep the error code for the Flag A crash in that location.
So am I getting the impression that Legs is trying to take this job from us?
No, it's more of the impression of Legs is the old man's contact for the Matrix.
That's the person who's doing the vehicle reroute.
Yes, he's doing the false flag of there's an accident here, this road is closed.
Okay. All right, cool. Then it's bad, but it's bad for them, not us.
Right.
Well, that's good.
Since you are in the Matrix, is there anything else you want to do? You can jump out of the GridLink network and do a broadband search if you need to. You don't need to unconnect or anything like that. If you are looking for any more information. Now, you do have the truck identification code and the company that is doing the transport, so you can look up anything from there as well.
All right, yeah, I'll have my avatar float in front of the TV and ask the crew as they're all sitting there eating cereal is there anything else we need to find out here? Anything about Edward Light, trucking company? What else you guys got? My avatar is just like this potato with like spaghetti noodle arms.
Seeing that, I'd probably spit a little milk out of my nose. But still hold the rest of it down, chewing the cereal and milk in my mouth before I am able to say anything else. Looking around at everybody.
No, I don't think there's anything else we need.
And I'll just kind of look around at the group and shrug.
All right, then before I leave, I will try to hack the soy burger to have it so that our orders will come up in about an hour and a half when we leave. So it'll say 97 minutes till Seance's burger kind of thing.
All right, so give me a hacking, and then I'm going to oppose it on my end. This is a soy burger, so they're not the greatest, so we'll go with this. All right.
I trust soy burgers' technical defenses. Alrighty, I got 8 successes.
Okay.
Well, you net 5, so you can definitely change the order however you want.
Yeah, I will ask everyone for their order, let them know that's meet up in about an hour and a half when we're ready to head out. So there are fries, burgers, shakes ready for us, so we can roll out.
I belch loudly after swallowing all of the cereal and everything. And, oh yeah, one of each.
I'll have your burger and fries.
I feel like Midas has some kind of like rewards card with this thing that he has tagged where every time someone purchases it kind of hijacks their points and throws them onto his card, so he hasn't paid for a soy burger in months.
Yeah, it's not a mundane detail, Michael.
I did have one other suggestion too. I'd wanted to think maybe we should look up to see where this van's coming from. Maybe we could try to preempt legs here and just get the book out and switch it out before it even gets out on the run. Before the guards get there.
You have a reason to not go through with the contacts plan? Do you not trust him?
Well, I mean, he seemed a little unstable, and I don't know. I like easy work.
Is it already en route, and this is just when the time it'll hit there?
Yes, it is currently en route.
Oh.
But it is coming from the other side of the... It's been on the road for several days. It looks like it is coming from some undisclosed location. It's like, it says like pickup location 55278. And when you look it up, it comes up as like a null address. But yes, if you want, you could get a tracking number on... You could get the vehicle's tattler's information and track it remotely if you want to.
Seems like a good idea.
Yeah, I'll throw that info out to everyone's decks.
Be a good idea to see where it's at, too.
All right, so let's go with a computer skill from Midas to get you into the Thorn network.
Oh no.
Ooh, that's looking rough. That is 6 successes.
6 successes. You were able to bypass Thorn's security, and it's laughable at best. So in the Matrix you have the architecture. This pretty much looks like a post office. You can walk in, and it's just the sign that's in the way to stop you from getting into the backdoor network is literally just the "Do not pass this sign."
My potato avatar with spaghetti arms will turn into a steak fry to slip past it, and then turn back into a potato before I get the information and get out.
You are now in the tracking system. You can see a bunch of icons for trucks that are all over Niratova. Some of them are large trucks, others are small trucks. You already have the truck code, so it's not hard to find the code or the truck itself. You do see that there is a couple of ways you could track this. You could copy the truck ping, and that would give you an active ping of every 5 minutes, or you can actually hack into the Tattler itself and get constant GPS updates to you or anyone else's comlink on the team. Which route would you like to go?
All right. The potato will turn back to the crew from the screen as a pseudo passed out Midas with a bowl of cereal on his sweatshirt is sitting next to them on the couch. What do you guys want?
If we could get an active connection to watch the truck as it goes, that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah, the crew is open.
All right, for this, you are going to need to get a couple of marks on their network. So I'm going to need you to roll your hacking, and it will be opposed by the network code.
Alrighty.
Got this, Midas.
Ooh, that looks nice.
It's only 5 successes.
So you have 1 mark on the system. You will need another mark to get what you need. So give me another roll.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, that looks rough. But that is 3 successes.
You net 3, so you now have the GPS tattler linked into a data pack on your deck that you can distribute to everyone if you so wish.
Oh, absolutely.
So currently, the box truck is about 2 hours outside of the Golden City. It is currently going what looks like about 50 miles an hour. Looks like there's a truck limiter that is currently active, stopping the truck from going over a certain mile per hourage. It is currently heading towards the city. So it's about 2 hours out if you wanted to intercept. It's probably about 7, so you still got several hours before it hits or before the run actually kicks off.
Oh, did you get any of the specs on the truck?
It is a delivery truck, so it's pretty much your standard, like, the back of it is going to be this pseudo aluminum. It houses 2 people in the front. Armor rating is very low. It does not provide riggers any type of interface. It is this old classic style box truck.
No weaponry.
The truck itself does not have weaponry, but you do know that the guards will be armed, as is standard procedure when coming through most highways.
And a total of potentially 4 people. With 2 in the front and possibly more in the back, I mean.
Correct.
Well, I think it's a good time to get burgers at least. We got enough time to get them and eat them. But I don't know about you guys. My thoughts were that we could wait till it gets to where it's going to go. Does this cliffside, I'm not real familiar with the city, does it have an actual cliff that we could run them off maybe? Then, collect the goods afterwards? I don't know.
So, give me you have New Wurttemberg. Roll your area knowledge, Golden City.
It's looking like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes. 1, 2.
With 6 successes, you are very familiar with this area. You have been ran out of this area by the Golden City Guard a couple of times. It's called Cliffside because it is the main road that wraps around the outskirts of the city and then heads up towards the Cliffside Estate, which is where all of the high society live. Transports in this area are pretty rare. You have to have a special license to get into the actual Cliffside area. And knowing that this is a standard box truck, that means that this was set up to where they're going to drive this whole road up and then get turned around to get sent the other direction. But there is no cliffs at the beginning of it. The cliffs are closer to where the actual condos and mansions are at.
Well, then my next thought would be if I could prop up high and catch them before they get up to the top. I could blow out their tires and maybe the ground crew come in. I don't know if you guys like that option. Just spitballing.
I can make that work.
Definitely like taking out the tires, gets them to stop. That way we're not having to do it on the move.
Yeah. And then we can time it so that we have the gnome here rip roaring and ready for us to get away, and then take a quick drive over to the Edward Light's apartment there, because apparently it's on Cliffside somewhere, and I'm assuming we have that pinned somewhere. I don't know how close we could get to try and make it as much as we got it. Oh, we dropped it.
You have the address, but you would have to do some research on the actual condos themselves.
Hmm. I think I need some more food in me before I do more research.
How long till we get food?
Midas technically has enough marks on that burger joint that he could rush the order, slow the order down, change the order. He probably has a permanent mark on this place, is how often he is
Okay.
in there.
Yeah, I'm just thinking since he's plugged in already, he could look up the condos, see if we can't get a bird's eye view of what it looks like and what we'll be going into if we're in it there, versus the Golden Tower in the center of the city.
Oh yeah, that seems hard.
So did you say there was a checkpoint somewhere? Or
Just before they get into the High District, which is Cliffside itself, there is a security checkpoint that does not allow people who do not have a reason to be there to come in. Think of a military checkpoint. It's not military, but it's like a private security checkpoint.
yeah.
The only way delivery teams can get in there is if they are driving certain vehicles under certain codes, and it's a very strict place to get into. At least coming from the main Cliffside road. There are other roads to get in there, but they're more common street roads. This is like designed for more specialty transports. But a box truck of this design would not be allowed in there because it is a private delivery truck. It's not part of the Golden City delivery teams.
Does that sound like we need to maybe get permission for Copperfield's vehicle?
If you came in through the standard ways, you could probably dupe a visitor pass to get in. It just depends on, which way. Coming in through like the parking garages is going to be a lot easier for you guys than going through like the main roads. You could probably do something like, maintenance or like something to get yourself into the area. Maintenance workers are pretty common. There are vending machines all over inside these condos, so you could do stuff like that. It just depends on which way you want to go.
Yeah, this is sounding like a 2-pig situation, and we should deal with 1 pig first.
Yeah.
Do you guys know what pigs are, by the way? I don't think I've seen any around here.
Yeah, aren't they cops?
Oh. Well, yeah, I guess I've heard that term. But no, they're little creatures. You know what you know what bacon is?
There is a city that most runners call Farmville, and it is predominantly food. It's basically like nothing but ranches and farms. Real meat is kind of rare in the city. Only the upper echelon tend to get it, but pigs and bacon, they've found a way to synthesize bacon enough to where it tastes and smells like bacon, but it's not really bacon.
Well, never mind.
My cereal's
I guess-
getting soggy. Do we need anything else while I'm in here?
Silently shake my head.
You guys were discussing finding out where, like how to get into Edward Light's apartment.
Yeah.
I think we ought to do that once we come back after getting into it. Do you think your place is safe to continue to come back to after we get this book? I'm sure, we might be noticed if we don't take them all out, which is kind of part of the plan. I kind of figured just take out all the guards so there was no witnesses. But I don't know. You could probably come out to eat your cereal at least while we discuss what the next parts and moves are.
All right. Yeah, the potato disappears as I go reach back my warm milk and cinnamon soy chunks, and it doesn't crunch the way it should, but I'm happy.
So do we have real-time vehicle position information
Yes,
at the moment?
your comm links are currently showing the city maps and outside the city maps, and you see a little dot that is slowly moving towards the city. It looks like the driver has had to stop and has stopped one of the fuel stations and is either grabbing dinner or is fueling up the vehicle because it is currently registering at 0 miles an hour.
Yeah, you're good. I can go tail it, keep an eye on it, or, get a closer look.
Oh, you're right. That might not be a bad plan. Especially if you can get some eyes on it for us. If your vehicle has cameras and such, which I'm assuming could link up.
I could probably make something like that happen.
Comlinks nowadays do have complete video suites. They're better than our current cell phones. They will have video and audio. You can stream it. It won't be like being there live, but you'll be able to see everything clearly.
Yeah, we can go check it out. About how long do I think it'd take me to get down there?
The question is, how fast do you want to drive is how that answer will entail. If you are planning on going like balls to the wall as fast as you can, you could probably get there pretty quick. And this is a major highway, so go-gangers are always speeding on this road, and it's not part of the Golden City security force, so people don't care. As long as you don't cause a wreck, it's kind of open reins on that.
All right. Yeah, I'll probably just go fast.
It might be nice to get actual eyes on it. You can let us know how it's going.
Yep.
Wait, don't forget your burger.
Keep it warm, and I'll head out to hop on my bike.
Hey everyone, this is Dan, the GM, bringing you the mid-roll. So we're going to make this real short and sweet so we can get back to the action. So first and foremost, thank you all for listening to the show. You only have so much time and you're willing to spend some of it listening to our hijinks, which is amazing. Second, I need to thank our Patreon members. If you want to join, it's patreon.com/whatthedice. So Patreons, Lumi, Lady Lumi, whatever you choose to go by, thank you so much for helping us keep the lights on. If you want to do this as well, head on over to patreon.com. We got 2 tiers. A $1 tier, which is just a simple thank you for what we do, and a $5 tier, which gets you a bunch of really cool dreck. Also, promo time. I'm going to shut up and let that promo play.
Are you trying to serve me a subpoena?
No,
It's a
I'm
scam.
trying to do some crime.
Has this ever happened to you? You're trying to do some crime but don't know where to start? Well, you're in luck, listener. Why not try Sinless Brand Actual Play Podcast and YouTube series? Sinless is a Shadowrun 3rd edition actual play podcast that follows a group of career criminals while they try and make a life in the barrens of 2050s Seattle. Follow the crew as they build their reputation, starting as a simple Redmond gang doing odd jobs around the community and end up in way over their heads as deniable assets in international power struggles and megacorp feuds. Sinless eliminates the crunch and instead focuses on the stories of the runners that you'll come to love or hate. When you try Sinless Brand Podcast, you'll learn how to commit multiple felonies, such as kidnapping,
A horned figure approaching you. Okay, cool.
summary execution,
And I pull out my gun and I shoot him in the head.
grand theft.
Look, man, I'm driving, all right?
Not anymore, you're not parking, get out. Terrorism,
So how do we all feel about regicide?
and many, many more. So what are you waiting for? Try Sinless Brand Actual Play Podcast and YouTube series today. The makers of Sinless do not endorse commission of any actual crime outside of your gaming group. The makers of Sinless are not responsible people. Do not use Sinless brand products if you are allergic to fun. Talk to your doctor if you experience any of the side effects, including but not limited to uncontrollable laughter, compulsive dice roll, nausea, vomiting, lost character sheets, dizziness or vertigo, unnatural attachment to fictional characters, withdrawal between episodes, ocular bleeding, Cheeto fingers, caffeine dependence, insomnia, or death. Sinless, the actual play that puts the gag in baggage. Available at your local Stuffer Shack or wherever you listen to podcasts.
So if the people over there at Critical Hits Sinless seems up your alley, take a look at our description. You can find a link to their link tree, which will get you access to all of their shows that they've got going on. And if you do see them on the Matrix, tell them what the dice and Dan the GM says hey.
So, let's get back to the show. And remember, my friends, may the dice gods bless your every roll.
All right, so Seance, I need you, because you have the GPS locations, you do not need to roll knowledge. You do need to roll drive, because you are going very quick and you don't want to cause a wreck.
That is true. That is true. Pilot groundcraft?
Yes.
Alright. That's better. Haha! I think I did rather well.
6 successes, yeah.
Yeah.
Making your way down the highway is pretty easy this time of day. A lot of the wage slaves have called it a night, and the only people that are actually out on the road at this late at night are people that are working. The wage slaves that have to do deliveries and the long-haul drivers and things of that nature. Following the GPS marking, you find this box truck parked at a fuel station. You're able to identify it pretty easily as it says Red Thorn Transportation Shipping and Handlings LLC plastered across the side with the symbol of a rose stem that has been painted red. You see 2 guards sitting, leaning against the truck. One is smoking. The other one looks like he is standing next to the pump, pumping it.
Okay.
Give me a perception check.
Sublimo. 6 successes, looks like.
With 6 successes, do you have any type of alternate vision besides standard vision? Do you have like thermal or anything of that nature? You have low light vision.
Oh, that's racially. I was thinking I was looking to have like a night vision of some sort, but I didn't work that out beforehand.
Yeah.
No.
So it is light enough out. This is a fuel station, so it is well lit, and you were able to kind of watch, and you can move around a little bit, and you look and you see that the back, it is latched and locked in position. It looks like they are using a very basic mag lock at the bottom, which tells you that there's probably just the 2 people.
Okay. Is there do you pay inside here, or is there a convenience store type of deal?
This is a pay at the pump, and then there is like an inside where there is a bunch of vending machines.
Okay, so they may or may not be hitting up the convenience. All right. I'm gonna try and get a little closer, and I'm gonna try and discreetly have my comm link set up so that I'm sending a video feed as I sneak around.
Okay, so.
Oh, and I leave my brightly colored windbreaker on my bike, so I am dressed in dark and neutral tones.
All right, so I need a stealth roll.
Sneaky. 9.
All right, you net 5 and 4, which means these guards do not see you. The one that is smoking starts to hack as it's clear that like he took too deep of a breath in, and the fiery ash from his cigarette starting to burn his throat, as the other one's walking inside to go purchase some food. You could see him like counting out script in his hand as he's walking towards the little building.
I'm gonna be eyeballing that lock, and over the comm I'll be like, do you guys just want me to grab the book?
Yeah. Yes.
Wait, I'm sorry. Do you have the book?
Well, I might be able to get through this lock.
Well, shit, yeah, my man. Knock that out for what? Was that a $500,000 million, or was it a $250,000?
It's a $500,000 to complete the job. So you have to get the book and then get it to Edward Light's apartment or his office, whichever you choose to go.
We couldn't see what else was in the back there, and he hasn't given us any other intel though. So I'd be a little wary what's in there. You might want to, well, if you can open her up, just not stand in front of it.
Seance, if you think you can jander in there, go for it. But if it looks risky, fucking run.
I'm gonna take a look at this lock.
Okay. Give me a perception.
Careful, we don't want to tip him on anything either.
5.
5 successes. All right, it looks like a fairly standard mag lock. It looks like it uses some kind of key card and code combination. It looks older, probably an older design, but it looks like it has seen a lot of use. All the numbers have been faded, so it looks like the codes are changed out after each delivery based on what you are seeing. The only other thing that you would need to do is roll. I believe you have security procedures as your knowledge skill. Let's roll that.
There it is. Boom.
With 4 successes, it's not uncommon for security inside of box trucks to be automated. So that way, if anything happened, there's some kind of deployable turret, drone, or something of that matter. They probably, if they're going the drone route, there's probably some decker somewhere that is remotely linked in. If it is a automated security, like a deployable turret, it probably has a friend or foe program built into the system.
All right. And now I want to pit our decker against theirs. And I guess if I'm giving a good video feed to the rest of the people, can we take care of this turret?
So you don't know if there is one because the door is sealed, but there could be one. It's one of those, like, it's a standard for high value transport. It is not uncommon to have some kind of automated defense in the back.
But hacking wise, it looks like this is the type of lock that I would want Midas to get me through.
Most likely, because there's a lot of digital components to it.
Yep. Waiting waiting for instructions. I guess I would be texting at this point.
That's a little out of my purview.
Yeah, I can only do repairs. Midas, elbow him.
I mean, he snuck out there himself, right? So we're all back at a separate location, correct?
Yes.
I think
he is out there on his own, and you guys are still at Midas's apartment.
Did he show us what the lock is?
Yes, he has shown you what the lock is. You have gotten a good video feed of it.
If I can help him from a distance, I'm in. Otherwise, I'm happy to spend the time to research it, so that way when we finally all get there, I'm well prepped for it.
Give me, let me see your knowledges real quick.
I'd say give me your confidence level on how well you think you could get me through as a non-tech guy.
Okay.
You know how hard it is to to do tech support for people who aren't tech savvy.
I have analytical mind.
Give me a cyber technology roll, since you know what the maglocks look like, and that way you can kind of tell what kind of interface you would need to deal with.
Okay, and I also have analytical mind, which says I get a +2 to the dice pool modifier, any logic tests involving pattern recognition, evidence analysis, clue hunting, or solving puzzles.
All right. Yep. Then go ahead and add that +2 as well.
Okay, and so what was the skill you wanted?
Cybersecurity. It is under your knowledges.
It is under my knowledges, which I have cyber technology.
That's what I meant. Sorry.
Okay, no worries. It says I get +2 to my pool.
Yep.
So I'll kick that up to 10. Heyo. Roll. Hey, girl.
Hey.
What's up? It's be your boy with 6 successes.
Ooh, all right. With 6 successes, you recognize this lock. You have seen it on the several different transports that have come through the city. They are pretty standard, and you know that cracking the digital lock, the actual code, is just a matter of running a code break system, something that's going to check a bunch of codes as quickly as possible. The key card will need to be physically broken into, and wires will need to be spliced and recut to read just a simple magnetic pulse to get it in. So you would need to have both your decker, you would need to be decked, you would need to be rigged in, as well as physically there if you wanted to break it that way.
So it sounded like research is the way we're going.
Well, you know what it is. It's just more of just he has to physically be there to do the hacking for it.
Right. So it'd be better for him to use his time to research now so that we can tackle it proper later than me trying to do it on the fly here over the phone.
Right. Unless you plan on just like trying to rip off the door, because this is just a box truck.
True.
The sidewall might be easier to go through.
And I will need another stealth check, please.
Ah. So just squatting behind a truck.
You hear something?
I put my ringer on silent. Uh-oh. Wait.
2, 3.
2, 3, 4.
4.
4. There you go.
Yep. You net 1, and my other one, my guard critical glitches. So the guard that is inside, you can see him start to walk out as he stops, as he drops his soda and it splashes onto the ground, and he is now covered in a layer of soy soda and is cussing as he just walks back in, shaking his hands, trying to get the wetness off of his gloves. And you can see that he is now walking into the bathroom to clean up. His partner, you can hear the cab door open. You feel the weight, or you see the weight of the truck shift as he climbs in, and you hear the door shut. And then you hear the engine start up as he honks the horn, trying to get his partner to hurry up.
All right. I'm backing away unless people are wanting me to go in through the side.
They're getting ready to drive.
Right.
They'll need more time then.
Yep. So, yeah, I will slink away in a route back to my bike that is not so conspicuous.
Yeah, that's easy enough to do. There's enough going on that you're not a conspicuous sight.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm gonna go back to my bike, and I'll be convening with these guys on my phone, but I'm going to just be low-key surveillance, and when they take off from the fuel station, I'm going to wait a little bit before taking off.
Okay, so you're going to tail them?
A little bit of distance, yeah. Okay. I know where they're going, and I mean, I got their ping anyway, so...
Yeah. So, back to the rest of the team. It has been, his time there out. It is getting closer to the time you should probably start getting to this spot that you've been indicated on, where or at least getting towards that road, so you can set up an ambush if you choose to do it there, or heading out to towards where they're coming from, whichever you're wanting to do. So you are now starting your run.
After smashing all the burgers and fries, and Kuiper is ate everybody's leftovers that they didn't want or couldn't finish.
The half of my junior burger.
Yeah.
So we're gonna. I think the plan is. We know what the lock looks like. We know what the truck's like. We know they've got 2 guards, unless they got something in the back that was not coming out at the rest stop.
Oh, if we don't go in through the side, it might be easier to go in through the top as well. Might be another good option.
Okay. But last we talked, we were thinking of blowing out the tires, to have you up on a hill.
Yep. That's what I would be heading for sure. Is some sort of high location set up on the routed route that was discussed on Cliffside and was it Valley View?
Yeah. Cliffside and Valley View, which is pretty much this straight shot of where there are a bunch of like storage houses, or there's one section that's been sectioned off that they're building a new golf course, things like that. So there are plenty of places to hide and or get high ground in.
Probably get to a position that's also pretty easy for Copperfield to get in with their getaway, so that in case there was any blowback on the mission to jump in, or maybe
if we know what road they're coming up, we could be ahead of them, and we could be facing the other way.
Yeah, me and you together though, since I'll be far, and kind of try to time it though, so that I take out the tires where we can set up the others in a hidden position to ambush the full truck.
Yeah. One Seance will be on his bike coming up from behind.
So we've got Kepler and Copperfield in the Range Rover.
Yep.
Midas, are you going to be in the Range Rover, or are you going to find alternate transportation?
Yeah, I'll look at the rest of the team. Just depends on where you want me. I'm a big boy, so it takes a lot to get me places, but...
The Range Rover is big enough to house you in the back seat comfortably, especially since with the size of Copperfield, there's plenty of legroom in the back.
Yep.
Then yeah, I am not going to turn down a sweet ride in a Range Rover.
So we blow out the tires, and then we roll up on them and jump them?
Hopefully, I can pick them off too before they get out completely, because they're gonna want to go, oh, what happened to the tires and everything? So I'll just shoot when they get out of the vehicle, hopefully. But worst comes to worst, we'd take them out the other way, and then it was, at least that's the only plan that I've got so far. I don't know what anybody else's thoughts are.
I mean,
no, I trust that plan. I trust you guys to solve that. I'm more of a puzzle guy. I like to solve things, not plan things.
I've got a question.
And what's your question?
Would this be something my spell Destroy Vehicle would work on?
Oh.
Yes. Your spell Destroy Vehicle will work on a box truck.
Okay.
Because I planned this before you made the character, and I put it in a ground vehicle. And I am not the type that will change my plan. So yes.
You're just gonna 8-ball this mission, Marshall. You're just gonna go beep. Except that's the box that houses our quest item.
How
so-
destroyed would it be?
Yeah,
That's my
How much
question.
destroy
Too.
is it?
How destructive is the destroy vehicle?
So it depends on how much power you put behind it. It can
Okay.
be as simple as it just crushes the engine, like the engine just, blows a gasket, to you igniting the fuel tank and it explodes. It completely depends on how much mojo you want to fling.
Okay. So it could be okay.
It
Would
is
it be the
completely up
tire?
to your focus.
If it could be the tires, then I could focus on the crew and take them out one at the same time you're taking the car and tires out, so that we have an easy run of it.
Yeah. It's a good idea. Get you up a little ways so you have some room while we take out the car on the road. You work on them.
So it sounds like you have come up with your plan.
Oi.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good.
We flash forward. It is the middle of the night, and you all have made it up to where you are up on Valley View on the cliffside coming towards Main Street. As Seance, you see on your grid link a message saying accident has been detected on Main Street. Road is closed. You see the box truck slow down, and you see their turn signal turn as they now turn onto Valley View and start their process to drive up cliffside. As the street lights flash, giving it this slow strobe effect, and the moonless night glistens overhead as the stars are drowned out by the Golden City lights, we are going to end this episode here.
Oh yeah.
Dun dun.
Hell yeah. Oh,
Right,
there are a bunch of leftover fries, tater tots, and onion rings shoved into my sweatshirt pocket. That may or may not come up later. I'm just letting you know.
Okay. Are you missing that down home soy burger flavor? Getting that fire roasted soy on that perfectly toasted bun. Thinking about the good old days back when you're at home with the folks. We got the place for you. Soy buns, where our soy is fire roasted and the buns toasted to perfection. And for a limited time only, you can get the double soy burger with hot wing fries for only $10.99. Soy buns, we bring the flavor back.
Hey everyone, Nightland here, co-creator of What the Dice, and player of Sparkles for Season 2, to do some thank yous here at the end of our episode. First and foremost, I would like to thank each and every single one of you for listening. We would not be here today without you, and I do mean that sincerely. We never thought we would get this far, and knowing that there's someone out there, yeah, I'm talking to you, the one with the earballs listening right now. If it wasn't for you guys and us knowing that you're actually here and enjoying what you're listening to, we wouldn't have kept going, and it genuinely fills our heart with joy, and I want to make sure that we tell you every single time at the end of these episodes. We are eternally grateful. Second, we would like to take a moment to thank all the things that we use in our day-to-day What the Dicey ways. First up, Epidemic Sound for our sound effects and music, Podbean for being our host, Foundry VTT, and Forge VTT for creating their virtual tabletop gaming applications and services, Craigbot for our recordings, Catalyst Game Labs for Shadowrun, which is the current system we are running. And with that, if you can spare a moment of effort and want to help us out, the best thing that you can do is honestly, tell a friend, share us, drop a link in a Discord somewhere that you're a part of, or take that 2-second effort of hitting a like, hitting a follow, giving us a star rating, Whatever the button is on whatever it is that you're listening to us on goes a long way in helping us fight that horrible algorithm monster. Also, the Topps Company Inc. has sole ownership of the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sound, audio, video, and/or any proprietary material used in the connection with the game Shadowrun. The Topps Company Inc. has granted permission to What the Dice to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and/or any proprietary material for the promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with What the Dice in any official capacity whatsoever.